Hello everyone, let's start with today's class. In today's class, we'll see the Mantra 1 introduction of Mandukya Upanishad. Let's start with the class. Shankaracharya explains why we need to use Omkara for the analysis of Atma. He has given elaborate commentary and very interesting commentary in these verses. And this why we need to use Omkara. This is the centralized portion of Mandukya. And Om is everything in life. The sound of Omkara and the meaning of Omkara is where the verse arrives at. And how come Omkara is the means of Turiya, which is nothing but Atma? That Shankaracharya elaborated by using all Upanishads in Mandukya. He has used Kathopanishad, Prashna-Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, everything, all Upanishads he has used, and then he has elaborated this. So let's see one by one. Coming to the Kathopanishad says, Om iti etat, means Omkara is everything. Etat alambanam. Alambanam means symbol. So he says, Omkara is the symbol of Atma. So what Kathopanishad says? Om iti etat. Omkara is everything. And etat alambanam. Omkara is the symbol of Atma. That's what said in Kathopanishad. Coming to the Prashna Upanishad, it says etat e satyakarma. This Omkara, which is the means for getting highest order of reality, that is universe, Apara Brahman and Parabrahman. So both are called as Brahman, which is universe. So what Prashna Upanishad says? Etat e satyakarma. Omkara is the means for getting the highest, that means Brahman. Om is the means to arrive at true nature. And meaning of Mandukya is very powerful. You just need to follow the Shruti logic, what Shankaracharya has used. Om iti atmanam yunjita. Yunjita means fix it. Fix your mind in Omkara. That means while doing Omkara Japa you all know, right? So while doing Omkara Japa, focus on your mind. Focus your mind in Omkara. That's what Prashna Upanishad says. I'll repeat it. Prashna Upanishad says, Etat e satyakarma. That means Omkara is the means for reaching the highest. That means Brahman. And Om iti atmanam yunjita means fix your mind in Omkara Japa. That's what Prashna Upanishad says. Coming to the Mahanarayana Upanishad and Taittiriya Upanishad, both says Om iti Brahman. Omkara is Brahman. Everything you experience in the world, everything is Omkara. What is my goal? My ultimate goal? My goal is to go beyond silence between two Omkaras. While chanting Om, the Omkara Japa while we are doing, the silence between two Omkaras, that is nothing but the Brahman, which is the highest nature of reality. So you need to chant and hear Omkara. When you chant Omkara and when you listen what Upanishad says about Omkara is Saguna Brahman. Why? Because you as an individual, you are under all three gunas, right? Sattva guna, Rajasic guna, Tamasic guna, right? So with gunas is nothing but Saguna Brahma. Without gunas is Nirguna Brahma. Right? So when you chant Omkara and when you listen what scripture says about Omkara is nothing but Saguna Brahman. So Omkara is both Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman. Through Omkara analysis, our Atma, our inner self, is revealed. And coming to the Chandogya Upanishad, it says, Omkara eva ida sarvam. Omkara eva ida sarvam means Omkara is everything. The absolute reality, which is Nirguna Brahman plus Maya Shakti. What is Maya Shakti? Maya Shakti means whatever three states we are experiencing, waking state, dream state and sleep state. Everything is appearing and disappearing, right? Every day we are facing all these things, right? All three states we are facing, and we know that all these are mithya only. Right? How we are experiencing all these states, sleeping state and dream state and waking state, due to Maya Shakti. That's why here absolute reality is Nirguna Brahman plus Maya Shakti. Our sentient principle is Brahman. And Swarupam, what is our Swarupam? Jiva Swarupam? It's Satchidananda Swarupam, which is Atma. Satchidananda Swarupam means pure existence, pure consciousness and pure bliss. So our Swarupam is intrinsic nature of universe, and which is nothing but Nirguna Brahman. Why? Because our Atma don't have whatever Trigunas we are having, right? Only Jiva, as a Jiva, we have Trigunas, Sattva Guna, Rajasic Guna and Tamasic Guna. But the Atma don't have any gunas, right? So that don't have any gunas, that's why it's nothing but a Nirguna Brahman. So I, the Jiva and I, the Atma. As a Jiva, I am Saguna Brahman. As a Atma, I am a Nirguna Brahman. So, what is absolute reality? Both Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman. That is nothing but Omkara. The naming words, whatever we have, whoever deities we have, right? Rama, Krishna, Ganesh, etc. All these deities or naming words, these are non-symbols. These people, these naming words comes under Saguna Brahman. These people have Trigunas, right? And coming to the symbols like flame, lingam, Shivalingam, you know, right? So flame, Shivalingam and turmeric. With the turmeric we do Ganapati, right? Ganesh. So all these non-naming words, if they are people like Rama, Krishna, etc., so they comes under Saguna Brahman. And coming to the Shivalingam and flame and turmeric, these symbols, these are called as symbols. They comes under Nirguna Brahman. So Omkara is both Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman. And coming to the Shruti Pramanam. What is Shruti? Shruti is Veda. And our intellect is a part of universe. And our intellect has to be dropped to reach Brahman. Why? Because, see, in the waking state, we are experiencing a physical body. And during our dream state, what we experience, we don't experience our physical body. Only our mind will work, right? That's why we get a dream that we are able to remember. And during sleep state, in sleep state, only our intellect will work. Our mind will also not work, right? So, we have to leave our intellect. We have to leave our intellect also. Then only we can reach Brahman. That is Atma. Atma is nothing but Brahman. We need to drop our intellect in order to attain consciousness. So, the silence between two Omkaras, which is the substratum, is nothing but Nirguna Brahman, which is of the higher nature of reality. What Shankaracharya is saying is, In order to reach Brahman, we need to leave our physical body, our mind, and intellect. Beyond all these things, by leaving all these things, we have the Turiya state. We reach Turiya state, right, which is the fourth state. That is nothing but Atma. That is the higher nature of reality. That's what Shankaracharya means. Omkara represents entire three worlds of waking state, dream state, and sleep state, which is Saguna Brahman, which is of lower nature of reality. So what he means, Omkara is both Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman also. As a Jiva, we come across all the states, waking, dreaming, and sleeping. In the final stage, we reach Turiya state, which is nothing but fourth state. That is Atma. So Omkara is both. As a Jiva, we are Omkara equals to Saguna plus Nirguna. Nirguna means Atma, that is Turiya state. Saguna means as a Jiva, I experience all three gunas. Right? So both are nothing but Omkara. That's what Shankaracharya says here. And the sound Omkara, it has A plus U plus M. A, U, Ma. Om. All these sounds which are conditioned by the alphabets. And what is our ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is Turiya state, to reach Turiya state, which is nothing but Brahman. And what is the ultimate goal of Vedas? That is Omkara. We need to do Omkara Japa in order to reach Turiya state. That is a means, one of the means to attain to Turiya state. And in Kathopanishad, Kathopanishad is a dialogue between the beautiful dialogue between Yama, Lord Yama, and a 8-year-old boy, Nachiketa. It's a dialogue between Yama and Nachiketa. There in Kathopanishad it says, Etat Alambanam. That means, know the greatest Omkara. Greatest means it's very auspicious, it's very powerful. It's Paramam. Omkara is auspicious and powerful. Yama says to Nachiketa, Etat Alambanam. Know the greatest Omkara in order to attain moksha, which is the Turiya state, which is nothing but Atma, nothing but Brahman. So this is the greatest means in order to attain Brahman. That's what Yama told to Nachiketa in Kathopanishad. And what is this absolute reality, which is Brahman? It's our true nature. It's nothing but self. Brahman is nothing but I, the Atma. Our true self is nothing but Brahman. That's what he says. And knowing that Omkara, you will definitely reach the Brahman. So this is the greatest means. Omkara Japa is the greatest means in order to attain Brahman. That's what Yama told to Nachiketa. And coming to the Prashna Upanishad, it says Omkara is the symbol for lower and higher order of reality. And which is, what is the higher order of reality? It is the infinite form, unconditioned form, which is the universe, the cosmos and galaxy. And what is the lower order of reality? It's a finite form. Right? So Omkara is the symbol for lower and higher order of the Brahman. Therefore, who knows this Omkara, they will definitely attain the Brahman. That's what Prashna Upanishad says. And coming to the Maitreya Upanishad, in Maitreya Upanishad it says Om iti etat atmanam. This is nothing but our Atma, which is Brahman. That's what Maitreya Upanishad says. And what is Taittiriya Upanishad says? Om iti etat Brahma. The sacred The sacred sound Omkara is Brahman. And this entire world is Omkara. That's what Taittiriya Upanishad says. And coming to the Chandogya Upanishad, here Shankaracharya is using each and every Upanishad in a glimpse. What exactly is Omkara? He wanted to elaborate the significance of Omkara and what exactly all Upanishad says about Omkara in a glimpse. He has used it. That's why all Upanishads are coming into picture in a glance. And coming to the Chandogya, it says Omkara eva idam sarvam. Here, Prajapati meditated on Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra, you know, right? Om, Boom. Gayatri Mantra, you all know, right? So, Prajapati meditated on Gayatri Mantra. And the chanting Omkara for few minutes with a few seconds of silence. What is the silence? Between two Omkaras. While we are chanting or doing Omkara Japa, the silence, few couple of seconds we are having, right, between two Omkaras. So while we are chanting, and that few seconds of silence, if we deeply understand, then you will definitely reach Brahman and you will obviously gain inner wisdom. So why we are studying all these scriptures? To gain knowledge about Shastra. What Shastra says? It says about our inner self only. That is about Atma only. So if you deeply understand the silence between two Omkaras, you will definitely reach Brahman and you will definitely gain inner wisdom. That's what Chandogya Upanishad is saying. So Omkara, the whole creation, consists of Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman means silence. Saguna Brahman means the sound Omkara. A-U-Ma, which is Omkara in Om, A-U-Ma, that means A-U-M, stands for three states. A stands for waking state, U stands for dream state, M stands for sleep state. So, A-U-Ma means waking, dream and sleep states. What is waking state? Waker plus waking world. And a dream state? Dreamer plus dream world. And sleep state means sleeper plus ignorance. Why ignorance? In sleep state nothing will work, right? Our mind is also won't work and physical body also won't be there. So sleeper is nothing but our ignorance only. So Nirguna Brahman stands for silence. Silence between two Omkaras. This is what Chandogya Upanishad says. And coming to the last Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, what it says, fix your mind on Atma. That means with Omkara. So concentrate, focus between the silence, focus on the silence between two Omkaras in a Omkara Japa. Then you will ultimately reach Brahman. That's what Prashna Upanishad says. In our Mandukya Upanishad, 6 mantras are given. And all these mantras talks about Omkara Dhyanam, means Omkara meditation. That is nothing but Omkara Japa. And in silence we will chant Omkara in silence during meditation. So all the 6 mantras of Mandukya talks about Omkara Dhyanam. Omkara can take us to the silence and ultimately to the consciousness. So the silence is called A-matra. In Omkara, A-U-Ma, right? The first A-matra means there is no alphabet. This is called Chaturtaha. This is a Sanskrit term. So the silence is called A-matra, which means there is no alphabet. That is called Chaturtaha. So everyone is having Atmas, right? So you are having Atma and I am having Atma. Each and every Jiva is having Atma. So that means ultimately the Atma is one only, right? Even though it's your Atma or my Atma or third person Atma, ultimately its Atma is one, which is present in Prapanchopashamanam. It represents, what is Prapanchopashamanam? It represents experience the world. All the experiences are resolved in the world. So what are the experiences? As a Jiva, what are the experiences we do? We have three states, right? Dream state, waking state and sleep state. These three states of experiences are resolved into the world. So that's what it says. So three states of experiences are resolved. And for those three states of experiences, we have a technical terms: Shivaha, Shantaha and Sarvam. So three states of experiences are Shivaha, Shantaha and Sarvam. That means waking state, dream state and sleep state. Iti Omkara. Those are nothing but Omkara. So Shankaracharya says all these is nothing but Omkara. Whatever the three states of experiences we are facing: waking state, it is Shivaha; dream state, it is Shantaha; and sleep state, it is Sarvam. So Shivaha, Shantaha, Sarvam iti Omkara. So everything is Omkara. That's what Shankaracharya is saying in Prashna Upanishad. So this is what for today. So this is what Omkara means. So Shankaracharya explained what exactly is Omkara and what is the significance of Omkara by using all the Upanishads in a glimpse in Mandukya Upanishad. I hope it is clear. So this is what for today. In the next class, we'll see the next part. Thank you all for joining. We'll meet you in the next class. Bye.